Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you haven't been here before. And if you haven't been here before, don't hesitate to subscribe to this channel because yeah. So today I kind of wanted to show you my recent favorites, but most of all my September favorites. I didn't do an August favorites because I wasn't really buying a lot of makeup in August. So I wasn't wearing a lot of makeup, I wasn't buying a lot of makeup. But I have bought my fair piece of makeup in September, and I have tried more makeup in September as well. Also, I know this is quite an intense makeup look. I know. But this is what I do. Let's begin. I don't have like a new primer that I've been really loving, but I have two concealers that I've actually been really liking so far. So the first one is one that is my absolute favorite for the past month or so, and that is the Kosas Revealer Concealer, and I have the shade 01. First of all, I really like the packaging of this, but the formula is absolutely insane. It's like a creamy concealer goodness. I can't describe it any way else. Kosas itself says they kind of mix makeup and skincare. It is very creamy. It is very hydrating on the skin, and it has a very natural finish, which I like so much. It looks like second skin. And I used to, you know, like listen to people online, and they would always say, oh, it looks like a second skin. And I was always like, I've never encountered that. Like, if you apply makeup, you can see that you've applied makeup because it never really melts into the skin. But this is one of the few products that I'm actually like, wow, this is second skin. I also really love the color of this. It's almost like my exact match, so I really like that. I do struggle with finding concealers that are not too creamy, that they will crease in a second, but are not too drying at the same time, so I look like I have dry and crepey under eyes. And this is one of those that is creamy enough to be hydrating for my under eyes and make them look really flawless, but at the same time isn't too emollient or greasy where it will crease like crazy. So I really enjoy this concealer. And I have another product from Kosas, and I have to say that I'm really impressed with the two products that I have tried so far from Kosas, and I really want to try out more of their brand. But more about that later. The other concealer that I want to talk about is actually a concealer that I have already tried in the past and that I was a big fan of. It was for a long time my favorite concealer, together with the Catrice Liquid Camouflage. I have to say that the Kosas one is currently my favorite concealer, but I was really happy to see that I still do like this concealer, and it is a very good drugstore option. So this is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Hydrate Radiance Concealer with Hyaluronic Acid and Acai or Acai, and I have the shade C3.5. So this is more of a satin formula, so it's in between a matte and a very dewy or creamy concealer. So it doesn't really crease too much, which is amazing. And don't like a concealer that is very creamy like the Kosas one. I think you will prefer this one a lot more. It's also quite affordable, and this is a good hydrating concealer. I really like this as a foundation because it gives a natural finish to the skin, slightly dewy but not too much, and it's not very tacky or like it's not very tacky on the skin, and it won't transfer too much, which is why I really like this concealer just a lot. So if you're looking for a budget like satin, not too drying concealer, I would definitely recommend this one. So next up are other base products like blush, bronzer and highlight. I actually have 3 blushes to talk about, which is excessive. I know, it's excessive. So the first blush that I want to talk about is the Fenty Beauty Cream Cheeks Out blush in the shade Rosé Latte. But as you guys might remember, I have the shade Petal Popping. I actually had that blush first, and I was a really big fan of like the formula, but I wasn't too keen on like the color. So I decided to pick up this shade after seeing Samantha or Sam and some other people like talk about this, and it is a very deep shade, but when you use it very sparingly, this looks absolutely amazing on the skin. This is actually probably one of my favorite blushes right now in terms of color, because I do find the color to be very unique. It's almost like a like blood orangey brown, and it just looks so absolutely stunning on this. It was at this moment that I knew I fucked up. I saved it. I wasn't sure at first if I was going to suit this, obviously, because it is more of a like a very rich shade, but like I said, just applying it very lightly works really beautifully. It blends very well. It's a really nice finish with like a slight dew to it. Anyway, I really like the shade. I really like the formula. I hope they come out with slightly more neutral shades in the future, because like I said, Petal Popping was a little bit too pink for me, and this is also quite a bold shade sometimes, but I do absolutely love this one. Next up is the second Kosas product that I was talking about, and this is the Color and Light Cream in the shade Velvet Melon. I always say lemon, but it's melon. I have actually been using this so much lately, especially the blush I have been using to that. It's a really nice peachy color, but it's not too orange and not too pink. It's like a really nice neutral peach, but it has a very vibrant undertone to it. So it's not a very muted color. It has some like energy to it. It has a little bit of vibrancy to it, and therefore it looks really stunning on the cheeks. And this is, again, like the concealer, very easy to blend, very easy to use. It has the most gorgeous natural finish on the cheeks, on your skin. It really melts into the skin. It doesn't lay on top of the skin. It doesn't look like too greasy or too dewy. It's like that nice in between of an emollient formula that is still very blush proof. Yeah, I've been really enjoying this, and I have a full review of this product on my blog, so if you want to check that out, link is in the description. Another thing that you're going to find in the description is a link for all of these products down below. You can shop through those links, and if you do make a purchase, I make a small commission of those, but you don't have to feel pressure, of course, to use those links, but they are there if you need them. So the final blush that I want to talk about is the MUA Makeup Academy Blush the Liquid Cream Blush, and this is in the shade Taupe Tango. I actually really enjoy this color and the formula of it. It is more of a liquid blush, so when you open the cap and you pour it onto your hand, that's what I do. I don't like to apply this directly onto my face because then I will get too much of a punch, but if I do, it's actually not really a problem, because you can blend it out really easily. It's a very sheer to medium coverage kind of blush, and it is just absolutely beautiful. I really like the shade Taupe Tango because it is indeed like a taupey kind of orange. This is a very muted but really beautiful blush, and I really like this one. So that were the blushes. So now I want to talk about a bronzer that I've been using again. So summer is gone, unfortunately, and it has been very like moody, very cloudy, very grey, and very autumn-like in Belgium. So that means that I am digging out some of the bronzers that are a little bit lighter again, and one of my absolutely favorite bronzers during the autumn and winter time, when I am a little bit less, that I am not pale in the summer, but I am a little bit less pale in the summer. One of the bronzers that I love to use during the autumn and winter is the Fenty Beauty Sunstalker Instant Warm Bronzer in the shade In the Sun. As you can see, I do love this a whole lot. I have been using this like since I got it, and it's a really nice bronzer. I have talked about this so many times, so yeah, I would refer to my other videos where I speak about this guy. But I have been picking this up again, and I'm trying to make the pan bigger, and I will be using this during autumn and winter again. Then finally, for base products, I want to talk about a highlight that I've been using again, and it's actually not a cream one. It is in fact a powder highlight. Who am I? I still don't know. So this is, I can't really show it. I can show it like this to you, but I can't show it with the lid open because then the pan falls out. Blame my cat for that fiasco, okay? This is the MAC Cosmetics Extra Dimension Skin Finish in the shade Double Gleam, and this is one of my absolutely favorite highlighters, especially when it comes to powder highlighters. This is mainly one of my favorite highlighters because of the tone and the lightness of it. A lot of highlighters are either too silver or too golden, and I can never really find a good in-between, and this is one of those really nice in-between neutral highlighters, and I love this a lot. It's not too chunky, it's not too metallic, it gives a nice sheen but never too much, if that makes any sense. And I really like how this looks on my skin, and it's just one of my absolutely favorite highlighters in my collection in terms of powder. Okay, next up I want to talk about two brow products that I've been absolutely loving and also rediscovering in my makeup collection. I used to use brow pencils, but I have run out of every single brow pencil that I had, and I had these products lying in my collection for so long, and I was like, I need to start using them again because they're just gonna sit there and rot. The first brow product that I've actually been really liking again is the Benefit Gimme Brow, and I have the shade 3. So this is like their iconic, what do you call this, brow gel. So when I want something that is a little bit softer, I go for this product, and it is a really nice shade match. It does give my brows a little bit of volume, but I do find that I have to fill in some of the gaps in my brows even though I am using this product. But to fill them in, I've been using a very old product. So this is the Catrice Eyebrow Set, and I'm gonna unbox it like this. So yeah, this is the Catrice Eyebrow Set. The lower shade is completely gone. I have used that one entirely. It did break one time because I have found that for the last 2 years my hair has been darkening a lot, and I'm actually turning more of a brunette. I used to be really blonde, believe it or not. I feel like powder is such a natural way of doing your brows, and I feel like the Gimme Brow and the Catrice Eyebrow Set have just given my brows a lot of volume a lot of volume, and just make them really bushy and stuff like that. So I've been really liking that. And then for lips, there are two specific products that I've been absolutely adoring yet again. The first one is the Nabla Shine Theory lip gloss, and this is the shade Champagne Supernova. I also have the shade District, which I also absolutely love. That one is great to kind of like lighten specific lipsticks, or just add a little bit of gloss, or make a gloss slightly more cool toned. This shade is very glittery and very orange, but I do love this to kind of add on top of the lips, and it adds a really nice shine. I have said in my review of these, I will link it there or here, that these are more of a lip oil. They don't have the normal really like heaviness and tackiness of a lip gloss, but they are quite hydrating and very just very sheeny, and that's what I love about these. So yeah, I've been using this shade just a lot. And then a product that I've kind of been reintroducing into my everyday makeup routine, but I've been using this for I think almost a year, like almost every single day, is the Eldridge True Velvet Lip Color in the shade Velvet Fawn. This, my gosh, this is like my perfect nude, especially when I apply this with a lip liner. I sometimes find that if I apply a lipstick straight from the bullet, especially with my skin tone, that it can get very, very dark very easily and very noticeable, and I am not the biggest fan of that. I like my lipsticks to be like a little bit of a stain, or just a little bit like a nice wash of something, but I don't like to feel much heaviness and stuff like that on my lips. So I've been applying this lipstick and most of my other lipsticks with a little bit of like a lip brush, and it's a world of difference. I already love this shade so much, but I'm liking it even more right now. It's a beautiful neutral 90s brown shade that is very pigmented when you want it to be, but can also be applied very lightly for just a wash of that like 90s vibe feeling. I don't know when you're going to see this, but she has launched new lipstick shades as well as lip liners and lip glosses, and I have already picked up a new lipstick shade, a new gloss, and a new lip liner in one of like the kits. I'm really excited to show you that soon and kind of do like a little review of these. So this is the weirdest lighting that I have ever had in a video, so now I'm really well lit by the sun that is coming from like that direction. So I'm really sorry about the inconsistent lighting in this video, but this is what you get when you try to film in natural daylight. And natural daylight is my favorite type of daylight because you can really like see the texture on my skin and stuff like that. You can see what the makeup actually looks like. I'm dealing with the lighting inconsistencies. I hope you don't mind, but it's for the greater good in this case. So yeah guys, that completes today's video. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you kind of like my September favorites. I will try to do an October favorites as soon as the month of October is done and kind of make this a monthly thing because I'm not the best at it. Hit that thumbs up button or comment down below what you think of this video or what your September favorites are, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!